Hello, everybody. Welcome to Conservatish episode 91. Don't worry. It's not going to be one of those episodes that's me by myself. Although I've had multiple people request that. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you fans. You're weird people, and I hate you all. But I did need to put a little, not disclaimer, because if there was ever a time to put disclaimers, I would have put it a long time ago. But I will, a little addendum. I do know exactly which day the Brick and Mortar album release / going away party is for Peter Feliciano's first album, OMG. That means oh my gosh, by the way, for those who don't know. It is going to be September 13th. Yes, I know. It's August 17th normally, but I moved it for a myriad of reasons, which I'm happy to talk about and talk shit about after the album release party. But not until then. Suffice it to say, Brick and Mortar Music Hall, Friday the 13th, September 13th, at Brick and Mortar Music Hall in San Francisco. It's going to be fucking huge. It's still Pollo Del Mar, the drag queen, still DJ Kevy Kev, still, full band. But even better, it's now going to have Jefferson fucking Berge is going to open for me. Yay! With a full band. And also my dad is available on September 13th, so he's going to come and play the horns that he arranged and played on the album. So it's going to be, I'm actually going to get to share the stage with my own dad. It's going to be really, fucking great. Anyway, September 13th, sorry, lost my mind there. September 13th, Brick and Mortar Music Hall. I'm quitting smoking tomorrow. I know I've said it before. Suck my dick, all right? I'm doing the best I can, all right? I got patches. And also for my YouTube audience, look at this behind me. You see that? That is a white shirt that I washed, and then to dry, I just laid it across my dresser. See, this is like a poor man's cribs. Anyway, you're welcome, and I love you all very much. September 13th, Brick and Mortar Music Hall, album release / going away party before I move to New York. It'll be the last time you get a chance to see this wonderful face in person singing my album. I'll see you later and enjoy episode 91. GVDZOOKS. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 91 of Conservatish. My name is Peter Feliciano, and you can find a new episode every Monday and Thursday. And what else? Find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. And what else? Oh, you can support this podcast at patreon.com/conservatish. And new episode every Monday and Thursday. Oh, yeah. And there was going to be a big album release party August 17th at Brick and Mortar Music Hall. But saying, oh, we August 17th. I was like, no, it's too late. For August 17th. Yeah.
That's definitely
I know,
out.
right? But anyway, so most likely it will be September 6th at Brick and Mortar Music Hall, but I don't know that for sure. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be, I'm at the helm, or I'm at the.
Happens.
I don't even know your name, and we're already recording. I know your Instagram handle, but I don't know your actual name. What's your actual name?
My actual name is Zach.
All right,
yeah,
Zach.
Is Zach.
And is that your photograph name? What's your last name?
McMinimy is the real name.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been known as GVDZOOKS. So when I used to do music, that was that.
Okay.
Like
is that how we met then?
Yeah. Well, I used to rap with people, and then I kind of stopped doing that. So then I just kind of toured around with my rap friends, taking pictures for them because I'm also into that. So that's they played a show. I can't even remember the name of the venue, but it was in San Francisco, and I think his name was One Word. Is that a person?
Yeah,
that is, right? Yeah, good dude.
Yeah, I did an album with him.
You played a set with him.
Yeah, I did an album with him.
Yeah. And so I just remember my guys had already played. they were outside, and I came back in, and I'm just like, who is this guy singing? And then
Thank
I
you.
saw you, and it was fucking blew my mind.
Right.
No offense, you don't look like you could sing that well.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I look like I don't know what I look
allure,
like, but
though.
I don't look like an amazing singer.
No,
but,
not at all.
I do.
So if
I look
we've
like
even
a
said
golfer
words,
at anything. What?
you're a better golfer than anything.
No, I look like one.
Oh.
People are unsure if I look Asian or if I look, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I don't know.
But you're Puerto Rican and white.
Half Puerto Rican and German and English and apparently Portuguese as well.
Oh, I'm a little Portuguese.
And then black only in the penis.
Oh, right. Sure.
Oh, you're
I have one of
Portuguese
those.
as well? Do
Yeah.
Do you speak Portuguese?
I do not. No.
Okay.
I'm not even sure I would recognize Portuguese if I heard it.
Yeah.
You know. I assume it just
Are you
sounds
all
like
Portuguese
Spanish.
or are you?
No, very little Portuguese. Mostly Hawaiian and Irish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
then do you ever get like people criticizing your white privilege or
yeah,
telling you that you do?
It's happened. Oh, it's definitely happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though you're not in the Bay Area, it still
Right.
happens down here.
LA, man. You know what I mean?
LA's
We're not in
LA's
LA,
pretty bad.
but close enough that
What
it's annoying.
do you I guess so we met I guess doing that, but then somehow we were friends on Instagram, and I guess you started hearing my podcast somehow.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
was so impressed by your set. I was like, who is this guy? And then I followed you on Instagram, and then you just happened to post all this shit that I thought was either funny or interesting or, agreed with. And
Thank you,
I
sir.
was like, yeah, of course. I didn't even know you followed me. I don't
Right.
even, yeah, I think, I'm not even sure how I
I probably followed you, but I don't remember seeing your photography stuff
Right.
until later. So
Okay.
maybe it's just my self-centeredness that I like. Oh, someone's following me. I got to find out what they're all
I
about.
have that
I
as
wonder
well.
why they like me so much, so I
Yeah.
can recreate that in people,
Yeah.
please.
Right.
So you're Zach. What is that?
McMinimy is the
McMinimy.
last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your rap name?
GVDZOOKS.
GVDZOOKS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people just call me Zooks.
All right.
anymore. Yeah.
And what do you normally? So you haven't done rap in how long?
I still rap a little bit. Like I'm doing a little garage band thing here and there. You know what I mean? Like not
Okay.
the program, like an actual garage.
Oh, an
band.
actual garage band.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
With
I
a
had to
band or
clarify.
with
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. An
All
actual
right.
band. I did that for a while. I just took a long break. You know what I mean? And then just kind of hit photography full force, and that's
Okay.
kind of paid off
When
pretty
did you
well.
start? When did you start doing photography?
I actually probably around 2012 because I was doing music and I needed photography and
Right.
I couldn't really afford it. So
Yeah.
I figured whatever money I would pay like a photographer,
Right.
I just kind of invested in my own equipment.
Right.
Totally not considering I probably have to learn how to use this shit and all that. I was
Right,
like, that's
right,
all you got to
right,
do.
right,
Get a
right.
camera and you're a photographer,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, and then that just kind of snowballed into me liking photography enough to kind of start doing that and slowly transitioned into that more than music. But I still like music a lot and enough
Right.
to like keep doing it,
When did you start rapping?
In front of people around like
Well, how about without? How about not in front of people first?
I'd kind of always done it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Since
All right.
I was a little kid. Pretty much ever since. I just have this sickness where it's like if I'm even remotely interested in something, I'm like, I could do that. It's not even like I think I could do that or maybe I could do it. It's like I could do that, you know, delusional or not.
Hey,
you know?
it's helped me out a lot.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
I mean, someone was talking. I was talking with a good friend today.
Yeah.
She was like, "So why did you start a podcast?" And I was just thinking, like, I think it's just because I enjoy ranting, and I
Yeah.
thought, you know what? I enjoy my rant so much. Other people ought to.
Dude,
and you know
straight
what?
up.
They should pay me for it.
Straight up. Absolutely, man. Would you consider? I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, but
No,
I have
please.
to ask
I
you,
don't
like,
care.
would you consider yourself a comedian?
I kind of do, but
Because I do too. I consider myself a comedian
Right,
a little
but at
bit.
the same time, I don't. I've thought about, I'm moving to New York in September, and I've thought
Yeah.
about like, do I want to start stand up? Because I know I could,
Sure.
and I know that I can handle a room because I'm not one of those performers, as you can already remember.
Right.
I'm not one of those performers who's meek about it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those performers who's like scared to talk some shit
Sure.
or have fun with the audience or whatever. I like, busting balls, and I like, and I know I could do that, and I'm a student of comedy,
Yeah.
especially New York comedy. But at the same time, it's like a whole new. I just started this podcast almost a year ago, and it's like starting another thing, whatever the thing
get
is going to
that.
be.
Yeah,
especially in New York, there's so many comedians, such a saturation.
Yeah.
It's going to be starting from the ground up, and you have to open mic for like 3 fucking years, and I just don't. I feel like I should already be more famous than starting that. I don't want to debase myself
I
to
completely
trying something
understand that.
new
Yeah.
and starting over.
Dude, I followed that perfectly. That's my life too. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started doing hip hop in front of people when?
Officially 2007? 2008. Yeah.
Okay.
Just started playing shows, you know.
Okay. And who did you start? Were you down here already?
Yeah, I was down here. It was literally just like, I guess I could rap
open
in
mics
front of people.
Or
No, not even. Like, I called a random bar, and then I knew they had a stage. I think I had gone to the bar, and then I saw that they had a stage. I'm like, oh, they must do, you know, live events or whatever. So this is like when it was a MySpace. This is in the heart of MySpace. So I think I found them on MySpace and then found their number and called them, and, you know, one of the like old school, can I play? And they're like, well, can you bring people? I'm like, I guess, you know.
Right.
My mom might come.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? As much as I would hate that.
God bless hip hop mom.
Yes,
hip hop wives though. Let's take a moment of silence for hip hop wives.
Yeah.
There's a special place in heaven for wives and girlfriends of rappers and musicians, because sitting there, like, especially hip hop nights are usually 2 to 3 hours. If your man is a good man who stays for the people after you.
Absolutely.
New rappers, stay for the people after you. Don't be a douchebag and do your set and then you know, go have a cigarette for 3 fucking hours.
And you might consider showing up early to see the guy before you.
Yes, you
That's
might
what
consider
I was big
that,
on.
especially because the booker will probably be like, okay, where are they? It's hip hop. They said they're going to be here, you know, 5 seconds before they're supposed to be on stage.
Make a night of it. That's what I always say. Yeah.
And then so imagine now you have to wait another 2 or hour minimum if he's a nice guy, even if he has to work in the morning or you have to work in the morning.
Absolutely.
To sit there on your phone with the the beats in the fucking head and oh my God,
Those
God bless
many
hip hop
nights
wives
of my life and my wife's life.
Yeah.
Many nights.
And it's a I mean, I don't know what it is. What is it about us that women like so much? I don't understand. Like the love. Okay, Patrice. I talk about fucking Patrice all the goddamn time.
I love Patrice O'Neal.
And Patrice used to talk about how the love of women is so much more solid. You know what I mean? Like, not that we don't love, you know, in our own ways, but the sacrifice that women are able to go through or willing to go through for us is incredible. I don't know.
What does that stem from, do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like delusion or something.
I was good. I was kind of hinting toward that.
I was thinking it's like not that we're not wonderful men, but like at the same time, like there's you know, I guess I would maybe, but you know what it is too? If you're a good dude and your girl is a good girl, she wants to be there for you in a lot of different ways. She wants to like rep, you know what I mean? She wants to be a Robin to a good Batman.
Straight
you know
up.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And God bless fucking Robins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, if you ain't got a good Robin, you need to get rid of that shit. And I think women know that, but it's almost like they're more. You know what it is too? It's also the patience of a mom too. The patience of a mom does that same thing.
Yeah.
You know, just wading through all the horse shit and all the crappy PTA meetings and all the like a kid throwing a tantrum in the store. You know, like that's I would have. I don't know.
That's a good point, man, because I literally started rapping at the same time that my son was born. Okay. And so she was playing mom and hip hop wife and all, and she doing both of them extremely well.
God bless her.
And I have no reason to blow smoke up her ass. Right. We've been together for 18 years. I don't think she's going anywhere. You know? Right. Yeah.
Not to get too personal, but like 18 years, that's a long fucking time. I was just hanging out with a friend earlier today who's been with her husband for 26, I think, 25. Yeah. I haven't gotten past like a year and 9 months.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And look how happy you are. Just kidding. That's exactly a joke. Right. That's a joke.
Well, you know, I mean, part of it is I'm 33, and I'm an immature asshole. That's the other
I'm
part.
33. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. 18 years.
Yeah, man, more than half my life.
Bless you, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Thank you.
So how do you go through your 20s with that level of commitment?
With a lot of bumps and bruises, but there's also, you know, it's probably, it mirrors my life pretty well, like my brain in general. It's a lot of high highs and low lows.
Right.
In regards to my relationship, it's far more highs than lows, you know?
Okay.
But when the lows come, they're usually my fault, and they're really fucking low.
Yeah.
That goes back to that rap thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and just
absolutely.
Artists in general.
Yeah.
Just restless people.
What have been the highs and the lows in photography? Because you're at here. Never mind. There's so many things I wanted to. Let's take it slow. Go for that answer first, and then we'll go to the other.
In photography?
Yeah.
When does this come out?
Oh, this comes out on Thursday.
Roughly.
So almost a week.
Well, the big highs, honestly, I mean, they're so high that I can't really talk about them. So put it that way. Like everything up until this point, I've been able to just like talk about. But now like contracts are being signed and like important hands are being shaken.
Dude,
shook.
No, there was somebody that I saw. You teased it. Are you allowed to talk about him?
No.
Or no? You're not allowed to talk.
No.
You posted him on your Instagram.
No, I didn't. That never happened. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You must be following some other guy.
When are you allowed to talk about
Just until further notice, I have to shut the fuck up.
All right,
money's coming in.
Let's talk as
cryptically.
Yes, as carefully as we can. How long were you a fan of him?
Of him specifically?
Right.
Fuck, man. I think I wasn't big in.
Yeah. Well, I can cut it out. It's not.
Right. I wasn't big. Okay, I wasn't big into his band and that genre in general.
Right.
Here and there, just kind of being an appreciator of music.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's not really my genre.
Right.
It wasn't until he started. I saw him at Coachella. I think it was the year Paul McCartney headlined. So it was maybe
with his band or doing his
not with his band.
Okay.
Yeah. No music.
Really?
Right.
At Coachella they would have that. Okay.
Yeah.
How long was his set?
It was a solid 40, maybe 35, 45.
That'd be fun. That'd be interesting.
And I just remember I had definitely heard of him before.
Right.
And I knew he was really smart. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely what kind of like sparked intrigue. But when I saw him at Coachella, he was talking and everyone was kind of like hanging on every word. Yeah. And just the things he was saying, like, this is, how he is.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is what you do. You go out and you get yourself a passport and you go and you see the world.
Right.
And you make yourself uncomfortable and you fear for your life. And that literally, as crazy as it sounds, I've done that since then. That's exactly my MO these days. I just travel to crazy places for no reason other than like there's a little narcissism there. You know what I mean?
It's like you're on the right show, motherfucker.
You feel me?
Right.
So look how crazy my passport is. You know what I mean?
So you started doing it that way.
Yeah.
Did you start listening to a lot of his stuff on like YouTube or buying albums or?
Yes, at that time, like after that, I kind of went down the rabbit hole.
Right, he's an inspiring
read
dude,
a couple of his books and stuff.
Yeah, some of his music, I'm like, it's all right, but like his spoken word, I think I'm allowed to. I should.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
His spoken word stuff is great.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Really inspiring stuff.
Yeah. And he's funny too.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah.
And it's weird because when I met him, he's exactly like he is everywhere, whether he's on a podcast or on stage. He'll say like the same things, like the same anecdotes or whatever. I don't want to be the guy like, oh yeah, I followed you forever. I know this one. This is the part. You know what I mean? I don't want to finish his sentences for him.
Right.
So
and then you're running down the hill, and then that guy is in your backyard. Yeah,
exactly.
But okay, so how did you come to meet him though?
I know a friend of mine is a producer.
Right.
For a pretty big podcast. Okay. And he needed a photographer and he hit me up, which I've since called him my guardian angel.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
so much so that it kind of all piled in at once. And so like the names that I'm not only able to like shoot now, I'm actually out there having coffee with these motherfuckers and people I used to have posters of them on my wall when I was my son's age.
Wow.
Like my favorite people of all time, my actual heroes, and I'm just having coffee.
So we can't talk about that one guy who does spoken word, who was in a band in the 80s, or 90s, or both.
Yeah,
but
both.
Can we? What about one of these other heroes? Is that off limits?
Yeah,
too?
no.
Okay.
The guests I can't talk about, but I can say that the podcast I'm now contracted to be the exclusive photographer for is hosted by Rick Rubin and Malcolm Gladwell. So it's called Broken Record Podcast. And so, I mean, if you...
So you actually met Rick Rubin?
Like 100 times. Like, we drink smoothies and shit.
Oh my God! Did he let you touch his beard?
No, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not sure if he wouldn't let me.
Tell him to stop bugging me. Yes, I'll let him produce my next album. Relax, Rick.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, man. I would love just to meet some of those guys. You know what I mean? Just for the not just toxicity,
sure,
but the Cash stuff, the Beastie Boys stuff, the Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
Yes,
he did. Oh my God! But Jay-Z, wow,
everything. Dude. And so you think about that, like, even though I obviously can't say names yet,
right?
Like, think of what Rick Rubin's phone book looks like. You know what I mean? His contacts list. Really, now I'm in a weird position where my friend, the producer, will like text back and forth, like, "Oh, what if we got this person?" And it's like, literally, if you just like Dreamlist, shit that would never come true. You're like, oh, what if you wanted to meet this person? Like, and now it's like very possibly happening. You know,
Cytherea. You ever heard of Cytherea?
No.
She's one of those porn stars who can squirt like 6 feet.
Oh,
like
I know that one.
Yeah. You know, from the 90s though, or from the 2000s. She's not one of these new broads.
Sure.
You know what's happened with Cytherea? She started that old porn star decline, and then now it's like she's doing. I don't know, man. I don't want decline. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk shit about someone who like has given me so much joy over the years. You know what I mean? No. So I don't want to talk shit. But I just wish. I hope good for her. That's all. I just hope there's health and goodwill towards Cytherea.
Sure.
Look her up, by the way. Cytheria. I think it is.
Just kidding.
Right now. God bless her heart, man.
How do we get on her?
Oh, I'm just a disgusting man.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that's fine.
I just thought you said dream guest. I was like, I would love to talk to that bitch. I would adore. Now here's
maybe Rick knows her. I'll ask him
because the higher, dude, I'll come right back to Anaheim. So the problem that I have too is that because like the higher up I get, I know I'm an acquired taste. I know when I talk about not hating Trump or making fun about literally everything and saying all manner of foul words and taboo words, I know that I'm an acquired taste, that I'm like a boutique podcast. I'm not going to be one of those people like even a Joe Rogan is a little too polished for me.
Sure, no, I get it.
But like, what's the level of, I don't know, even being like, I don't want to mess up your career by you joining my podcast.
No, yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And it's weird because my brain, I don't ever consider those things, but that's not to suggest I shouldn't consider those things.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine because I'm still, only 11 months into the pod or 10 months into the podcast. So it's not like and
you've been going full force.
Thing.
You've been going full speed ahead.
A new episode every Monday and Thursday for literally upward. I think since November is how I've been doing like 2 a month. I'm up to this is 91, and I've only been doing it since August.
Where do you get this
last year
drive from? Like,
that's I don't know.
Crazy.
And I'm performing twice a week, and I recorded an album. You fucking ungrateful cocksucker. See how amazing I am. See how overpaid. Patreon.com/conservatish. You can sign up for $1 a month, $5 a month. Just help, goddammit, or at least share this episode with people.
Yeah.
GVDZOOKS and I would appreciate it. And I mean, it won't actually affect you, but like, do you ever like the more you're meeting these people who are at the next level, do you start feeling like, oh, what if they have it? Like, what if I could get this taken away? Like, do you get nervous, or is it too new?
It's pretty new at this point. I'm still at the point, like, if it gets taken away, like, I'm definitely like on eggshells the whole time. Like, fuck, any minute now they're gonna ask me to leave. It's a little bit of like imposter syndrome and like all that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like any minute now, these motherfuckers are gonna realize like I'm not a real photographer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're like, oh, you did hip hop? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, right. And so, yeah, that's another weird thing. That's a good point. Like when you're around these people, it's like, do they just like, what if they found out I was a musician? What if they, you know what I mean? Like, do you kind of have to keep that in check? Do they think that's an angle, or are they just like so wrapped up in their world they're not really thinking about you?
No, I'm sure.
I think it's that one.
It's that one.
You know,
yeah.
But there's a little insecurity there. Like, I hope they don't think I'm just like trying to slip someone my demo or some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I've tried to be on my best behavior when it comes to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too, is that
it's not just talent that helps us get more access to people, or more fame, or more whatever. It's being consistently showing up, on time, helping out, being one of those people. And if you're one of those people and you practice, people know, there's this real good friend of mine who I love to death. And she talks about it this way. She says, people don't remember what you do. They remember how you make them feel. And if someone like me, Pete may not be, I am the best podcaster and musician in the world, singer especially. But Pete may not be goddamn, who's someone better than me? I can't even think of one. Okay. Pete might not be Mike Patton.
Okay.
But Pete makes me feel good when he's around. Pete is solid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Pete can come in and knock it out of the park. He may not be David fucking Bowie.
Yeah.
But I know he's consistent.
Sure.
He makes me feel okay. Pete's a solid dude.
Being consistent and being dependable is huge, I think.
Right. Now, when did you start? You started doing photography, and what did you start? How did it start?
I went to New York. I had this little job. I still kind of work on it. I worked for a cruise ship company.
Okay.
Like just doing contracting work. But it was cool because they would send me all around the world.
Right.
And I like to travel.
Right.
And so I had this camera that I bought specifically to like film live gigs and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I may as well take it. So they sent me to New York, and I was just walking down the street, and I started taking pictures of the buildings or whatever. And I've always said, like, it's almost impossible to get a shitty photo in New York. You could just, like, cover your eyes, you know what I mean, and shoot, and something's going to look cool. But I got them home, and I was like, wow, these are actually really good, And they were not good, but good enough to, like, make me want to keep doing it,
Okay.
So then all my stuff at that time was just like travel photography. You know what I mean? Just streets and random people.
Would you still be hit up by rappers who wanted you to do videos and stuff?
Yeah, that kind of turned into that. You know how musicians are. Oh, you're good at something. How can I use it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm guilty of that for sure.
I hit you up, when I was thinking of coming down here to do a podcast episode. I was also like, maybe you can take pictures for me. But, I'm going to have that later. Anyway. But yeah, no, I get it.
See, now
I'm a self-centered douche.
You just made it sound like I was like, nah, I can't do pictures for you, but I can do your podcast. Let's make it clear.
No, you did not threaten me.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, it's, see, the thing is, though, even when people are doing that, because I've been in the hip-hop community as well, because I write and sing hip-hop choruses for a lot of dudes, for One Word, for Telly Prego, for Heat, I was on the track with Del the Funky.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
I've been all over the place.
Oh.
But you can tell when someone's super into, like, way too into promotion and don't have the talent to back it up. That's when it bothers me.
Absolutely.
When they have the talent to back it up, I want to hang out with them. I want to do an episode, or I want to, there's a guy named Unlearn the World. Mm-hmm. Have you heard Unlearn the World?
No.
A fucking good rapper and a fun dude to hang out with. He's a Dominican dude, black dude, and we talk about New York and Fiona Apple and that just, there was an episode. He's coming back on again in a few weeks, but he was on an episode, and we were just able to talk shit, but we both know that both of us have the talent to back it up. We're not just somebody who's like, find my podcast. Like, I know that when I'm sharing about my fucking podcast, I know that people actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the hell out of it.
You're confident
it's
in
not
it.
just like, if every rap song is about the struggle, shut the fuck up.
Oh man.
If every rap song is about the struggle of hip hop, you need to pack it away, and just, not that it can't be one song on the album, but just relax a little bit, or even have some tracks. If it's gonna be like one track about spirituality, cool. If it's every track is about, like, finding your inner chi,
go fuck yourself.
Grab your balls a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I went
Grab
through
your
that.
Balls.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I mean, no, I didn't put that out, that kind of stuff, but, like, I went through that phase where, like, I just want to listen to the real shit. You know what I mean? Like political stuff, or you know what I mean? Life is so hard. Right. Whatever.
Here's a controversial hip hop opinion. I would rather listen to Mobb Deep than Tribe Called Quest. Even though Tribe Called Quest is good, I respect them. I'm grateful for their place in hip hop and what they did.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. The dorky angle's cool.
Yes.
Even though Mobb Deep is talking about the exact same thing over and over. I had sex. I sold drugs. I got in a fight and I shot someone.
Yeah.
Even though it's those topics over and over, there's a certain swag and balls in it that I would rather listen to. I would rather actively listen to Mobb Deep than Tribe.
Good for you. Not many people would admit that, but not many people feel that. And I'm
also
that,
not.
though.
I'm not technically. I only have like a foot in the hip hop community.
Sure.
I'm not all the way in. You
Sure.
know, so
Sure.
Maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah.
But
I agree to a certain. It wouldn't be Mobb Deep, but like.
Okay. Who would it be that you feel like?
Shit, like 50 Cent even.
Really?
I fucking and I'm just so people don't get it twisted. Like I'm a hip hop head. Like
Really?
oh yeah, like underground everything. Like I'm a rap nerd, right?
Who's your favorite? Obviously, 50 is probably not your favorite, is he?
No, but as far as like listenability, like the enjoyment I get, I'll top 10 him for sure.
You'll top 10 50 Cent?
As far as like people I like listening to,
I don't know if I could. Okay.
I'm not delusional about it. I realize he's not like out rapping a lot of people.
No.
It's not
But
like
I see what you're
it's
saying.
not like Jay, Nas, and 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But like
M's got to be up there. Too.
Oh yeah.
Eminem, just lyrically as well. But as far as like actively going out, I want to listen to some Eminem. Not, especially his beats. Eminem's beats are dog shit. He is the best lyricist of all fucking time. His beats are shit.
Yeah, cartoony.
Look, I've heard your piano. Relax.
Yeah,
I've heard your fucking piano,
up.
M. Relax.
Yeah.
But my favorite rapper of all time, MF Doom.
Oh, I love MF Doom.
Fucking down.
Okay.
Whether it's with Madlib or the track he did with Daedalus, or the track he's done with, didn't he do one with Ninth? I don't know. Anyway,
he might have done one. With
he's just, and what's weird about MF is that he doesn't stay on topic for shit.
Yeah,
he's just wacky and goofy.
Yep.
But like his swag, his balls, his energy is just so
balls is the word.
Fun to listen to.
Yeah.
It's just fun to listen to, and it's funny, and every line's a fucking a joke. You know what I mean? I love that stuff.
Do you remember when he was sending people out to perform for him?
Yes.
With his mask on?
Right.
Fucking brilliant.
For those who don't know, MF Doom wears a mask. Wears a mask to cover the raw flesh.
Yeah, right.
A rather ugly brother whose flows is gorgeous.
With the accent and everything.
A rather ugly brother. Because he's from New York, but he lives in fucking England like a weirdo. But anyway, and he would send people, I think it was just because he was drinking and he was trying to be an asshole or whatever. But like he would send other people out with the mask on and they wouldn't, I don't think they would rap. They would like play the track.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, dude. The balls on that motherfucker.
Dude, imagine the first time he realized like, oh, I could just I'm hungover. I don't want to go rap.
And what's weird about MF Doom, he can't be as prolific as he is. He's underground enough to not be getting that much royalties. No. I don't understand how he feels like he doesn't have to do any tracks.
Right.
Like we've been waiting on. No, I respect it. I just don't understand it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe it really is that he is absolutely selling crack. Like maybe that's really what it is. Yeah. Maybe he's pushing hoes on the stroke. Yeah. But like there's something about MF Doom like. We've been waiting for Mad Villainy 2 for like
forever,
fucking 20 years almost.
Yeah.
But like he just no rush. You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. Although he did do that, I gotta say it right now. I love MF Doom. Did you hear this stuff he did with? Oh my God, God damn it, I forgot the kid's name. He's probably like 20 years old.
Recently?
Pharaoh
Monch?
Not Pharaoh Monch. Oh, God damn it, I'm going to fucking forget it right now. He came out with it a few years ago. There was 4 tracks, I think, video, and like it just was not good. It was not good. But he was like a young kid, too.
Yeah.
He's done like 5 interviews ever.
Yeah,
He's a strange cat, dude.
How old do you think MF Doom is these days?
He's gotta be 55.
Right? Yeah, that's what I mean. 55. Yeah. He can discount coffee at McDonald's at this point, bro. Yeah.
He's my dad did this shit. I don't know if he still does it, but he would take the sorry, Dad, if I'm putting him on blast. Not that I'm gonna stop him. Right. But he would go into Starbucks with an old Starbucks cup that he got from like last week. Oh, he had like a refill. Yeah. You know, like stained cup. Like, come on, Dad. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a $1 McDonald's coffee dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about him. The stilo. I just love that motherfucker to death.
Yeah,
I really do. He's
How
my
can
favorite.
you not love MF Doom?
Right.
Yeah, even if you don't like the music that much, like
right, and
just the idea of him is awesome.
Right, and because it's like he's street, but also comic books at the same time. He's street, but 70s Fantastic Four comics or cartoons online,
like before it was kind of gimmicky to be that guy. I'm a rapper and I'm tough and I'm from New York, but I'm also kind of a nerd. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, fuck off.
Did you ever hear Task One?
No.
Yeah, he was kind of doing that, but he was actually more. He was more cartoons and comics than he was tracks. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, MF Doom was my favorite, but I did accidentally stumble upon. I made the mix or whatever, but I was like, oh yeah, Magic Stick. Magic Stick's a fucking great track.
The 50 Cent one?
Did he write that though?
I have no idea. That's my relationship with 50 Cent. I like his music. I love his music.
And you'd rather stay.
He doesn't even enter that conversation. Like, it's like, did he write this? I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean?
That stroke's the death stroke.
Yeah,
Come on,
great.
50, that's come on.
Oh, it's trash. Most of it's trash. But like, Get Rich or Die Trying is one of my favorite rap albums of all time.
Okay,
I listen to it almost 3 times a week.
It's Your Birthday. That was an M beat, wasn't it, or was it Dre?
That was a Dre beat.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
yeah. Whenever they split off. I don't understand why. Eminem, even though he's amazing, when he does beats, it's almost like he's like the equivalent of like a Monster energy drink in beats. You know what I mean? He's like an ICP Linkin Park fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't
That's a good way to put that.
Yeah, I can't get down with it. Yeah. Did you ever watch the documentary about Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre on HBO?
What was it called? Yes, I did that.
That was fucking
so good.
Amazing, dude.
It's so good.
And I don't like Snoop Dogg for shit. I want to tell the world right now. Fuck Snoop Dogg in his face. I
was this close to wearing a Snoop Dogg shirt.
All right, listen. Let's have this conversation. My legs are way too white right now. I'm only half Puerto Rican, boys and girls. Okay. So here's why Snoop Dogg sucks balls. I understand. I appreciate who he was. Same thing with Tribe.
Sure.
And the '90s Snoop was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But you cannot tell me he has written one lyric in the last 15 years that is worth fucking anything.
I would absolutely agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. I like the idea of Snoop Dogg. I like the Snoop Dogg character.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
That track he did with Dream. Every time I come around.
Right.
That hook is so fucking great. Shorty love me that. It's so much fun, dude. The Dream.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, I give it to her once. She liked that. Shut the fuck up, Snoop. Shut up.
A Snoop verse ruins more songs than it does. Than anything. Yeah.
Even Drop It Like It's Hot was all
Pharrell.
Nerd. Yeah, Pharrell. Yeah, all Pharrell.
Yeah. Completely.
Yeah. I'm so glad that Pharrell made his money off of that.
Yeah.
And made his money off of the Neptunes tracks. And Because that dude can fucking write, man. Even that. Did you hear that Pharrell track he did with Missy a few years ago? Where they from? Dancing's doing his dumb.
Yeah.
How to do it where you're from. That fucking track is legit.
Everything he touches is amazing.
It's amazing.
Pharrell's one of the greatest of all time. Yeah.
So what got you into hip hop when you were a kid?
Shit, man. Just like, I literally heard, what is it called? CNC Music Factory or something like that.
That's
you know what I mean?
Hip hop.
Everybody, there was a rap verse. And I was like, what?
Yes.
What? He's talking, but it rhymes, but it's not singing. And what the fuck is this?
Yes.
You know, it blew my mind. And then randomly, that's what it's called, right? CNC Music Factory,
right.
something.
Was that the song from Man of the House? Remember Man of the House with Chevy Chase and Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yes. Fuck, it may have
that
been
was
in
where
that.
like he
it's
dresses
Everybody
up.
Dance Now.
Maybe it was Everybody Dance. No, I think it was shit. I don't remember. There was a CNC Music Factory ish type of song on that movie, but it was also Enigma, because it was like, for some reason they were doing some Native American, like they joined like a Native American club or something like that. God, that was. Now I look back on that, I got to look up and see if that was racist or not. I'm sure it wasn't, because I don't think anything is racist. Cause
neither do I.
I'm just an asshole. But. Or not asshole, libertarian.
Right. That's the kind of asshole I am. Cool.
Anyway, you remember Enigma?
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, God
and
bless,
I think JTT had a
90s
feather
music.
Hanging down in that movie.
Yeah,
that's racist
dude.
as fuck.
That is.
I'm playing. Can't just be wearing feathers, bro.
You can't be wearing feathers these days.
Nah, if a feather lands on you, blow that shit off.
Right, exactly. And he even got so into character that he contracted alcoholism as well. Because all Native Americans are drunks.
Right.
That's the joke.
That's how I have it. Yeah, that was the joke.
Racism. What was I going to say? Yeah, so you listen to CNC Music Factory.
Right.
You horrible man.
Yes.
And then what
happened? Yeah. Fresh Prince started popping off. Dude. So I was like, that shit took over my life. It just completely, I never looked back. And yeah, I think if the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air never existed, I would be a completely different person.
Very interesting.
Possibly a better one.
Probably.
But maybe a far less interesting one.
How often do you throw Jazzy Jeff out of your house? That's my question.
Man, that's a dream. You talk about a dream list.
Yeah,
can you
know
imagine?
What? That would be fun, man.
Yo.
I wonder if there's any resentment between him and Will.
I think I just saw something from last year where I think they didn't go on tour, but they did like several shows in like London or something.
Wow.
And it's dope. It's real dope.
That would be legit. He was a good fucking DJ. Man.
Yeah, he still DJs too.
Oh, really?
You know? Oh, yeah. He's still into
amazing.
it.
That would be a lot of fun. But I would love to know like I'm sure he wouldn't put it on the record or whatever.
Right.
But like to talk to him about like when Will went and you were just like.
Yeah.
Like, were you mad about it? Were you understanding? Were you just trying to focus on family? Well, like, what happened?
That'd be a really, really interesting conversation.
Yeah. Not that I think DJs can only reach a certain level, really.
Absolutely.
You know, obviously until the late, or like 2010 when like Diplo and all that horse shit started.
Right.
But yeah, that's interesting. I wish I could have DJ Jazzy Jeff on my show.
Oh my God.
I'm moving to New York, so hopefully I can get some like bigger, obviously no one is as big as Zach. What is
McMinimy?
McMinimy. I'm tired most of it. So you started listening to that. When was the first time you actually were like, I want to do that? Was there a certain song that was inspiration or a rapper that was inspiration?
It was probably around that time, like Fresh Prince was in full swing. I used to listen to Heavy D a lot and stuff that, you know.
Nothing But Love?
Yeah, that was the album, actually.
I fucking love that
That
track,
whole album, Nothing But Love, was like a big part of my life.
Right. That was when Chris Tucker was in like every long video for some
reason. Yes.
He was in Remember the Time, wasn't he? No, that was Eddie Murphy. But like, yeah, he was in a bunch of Michael Jackson. I know what you mean.
Yeah, he was doing the Michael Jackson shit. Yeah. But yeah, it was Heavy D. I could never listen to gangster rap like with my parents, right? So like that was a big thing. Like I used to, I try to explain it to my son. Like I'm sound like the old man. You know what I mean? You have no idea how accessible everything is now. Not only is it at your fingertips, but I allow you to listen to it. Like, I had so many barriers back then. You know what I mean? I lived in like the middle of nowhere. So like if you heard something on the radio, if you even had enough reception to like get something on the radio that you liked,
it onto a tape.
Straight up.
I still remember.
I did that so many times.
I had a tape that I had tons of those little cassette tapes, but I remember recording. I remember I must have been like 7 or 8, and recording "Whoop There It Is" onto a cassette and playing it over and over, and like knowing the tape or like knowing the lyrics. And like, you know, here's the shovel. Can you dig it? Like doing that dorky dance and shit by myself, or me and my brother Will.
Right.
Yeah, man, those were the days, dude, for sure.
It made you appreciate stuff more. Right. You know what I mean?
We even had, you know what your kids don't have, or your kid doesn't have, that we had bubblegum Big League Chew.
Yeah.
Remember when we make believe it's tobacco?
And put dude, straight up. Like, sometimes you fuck around and put the whole thing in your mouth and then like, fuck, I can't chew this. I just wait,
unroll the whole thing of bubble tape and see if you suffocate to death.
It's all dusty and shit. What's that powder? Like, we're just not going to talk about that?
Right,
the powder?
Roll-ups that, like, you would try to unroll it, and then the problem is that at a certain point, then they would cut shapes into it.
You're trying
to unroll it to get to the shapes. Yes. But now that like they get stuck together, and now when you try to pull it apart, you can't even make the shapes because now it's all fucking pulling apart at the.
It's kind of
crease.
A star, kind of a circle.
It's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm cussing on your house.
No, you're fine. You're in a safe space.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
So you started rapping. How did you ever? Can people find some of your stuff online still?
Oh, I mean, much later stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like, I couldn't record myself. So like, the very quick version is obsessed with rap music my entire life. Started scribbling raps and whatever. I may have like let my sister hear some of them, but it's just like performing. I don't know how to record myself.
Right.
Long story short, I meet a girl in high school my wife now, we were dating all through high school. We took a little break. And then I ended up hooking up with this other chick who was in college. She said, I have a friend who raps. I'm like, now everyone has a friend who raps. You know what I mean? But back then I was like, fuck, what does that mean?
Right.
And so she's like, here's a CD. We listened to the CD. I'm like mad impressed. He's like rapping on Atmosphere tracks and stuff. This is like way back then.
Right.
And so later on, MySpace comes out. I find him randomly. I'm not even with the chick at this time anymore.
Right.
I hit him up, say, hey, I heard your stuff, whatever. We establish a little rapport. And then when I decided like, hey, I think I could like record, I hit him up like, dude, what do I need to record? Like, and so he just hit me with a list, like this mic, this interface, this, that, you know, and I just went out and like spent all my money and bought it all, taught myself how to record very, very shittily, you know, and just started putting out songs
and making your own beats or getting the beats from
no,
other
I've
people?
never. That's one thing. Like I'm obsessed with so many things, but that's one thing that's never really like I've never been interested
in making beats.
Nah.
Okay.
Playing instruments or even like anything. Yeah.
So who were the people that you first got beats from?
Just random people on the internet. You know what I mean? I would just like Google it, and then at one point there was this. Here's a cool story. There's this white kid who was killing it on MySpace, but he still just had like maybe 20,000 followers or whatever, friends, whatever MySpace terminology is. And I hit him up because I was like, yo, like, where do you get your beats at? You know what I mean? And like all ignorant to the process. I'm like, maybe we could do, songs together. And he's like, okay, cool. But talk to these guys. They make beats. And that dude was Mac Miller.
Wow.
Way back then. And I've since become such a fucking Mac Miller fan. And then he died and it sucks, But yeah, so that was just that, like asking people, like, where can I get beats at? You know what I mean? And then there was like Napster, Kazaa, like just getting like Mobb Deep beats. You know what I mean? Like the Shook Ones beat. Everyone's rapped on that shit.
Everyone's rapped on that.
But
so how long until you felt like you were good enough?
I'm still waiting.
Yeah. That was the only right answer, I guess. I backed you into a corner. I apologize.
Yeah, no.
But like, how soon were you like? Because when I listen to older stuff, or even like, I'm going to take it down, so you only have a couple of days left right now. You can find some of my old tracks on SoundCloud. I'm going to take those down.
Dope.
Some of those are re-recorded and done the right way on the album. But you can, I listen to some of those and I'm like, ugh, like, why am I forcing? I'm forcing singing so much, what I mean? Or I'm like, why am I playing that fast? Slow down, Pete. Relax. Can you listen back on anything? Like, is it only like a year ago or stuff from 6 months ago you can listen to and be happy with, or is it
honestly that like I've recorded recently, and I feel like this is the first time, and I'm just kind of like doing it just because I need to, but I would like no intention of like putting it out or even like making it a thing. And like the irony is like now I'm like, fuck, man, this is like actually really good, and I've let a few people hear it, and they're like really impressed, more than just like, oh, you killed it, you know what I mean? They're like, wow, this is like a fucking song,
Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. When you like, because the amount of love that I get, like, there is one thing about Douchebags at a show leaving right after, and not just that, like going out and have a cigarette afterwards for like an hour, but like also there's people who bring their whole family and friends, and like the whole front row, and then everybody leaves when that motherfucker
evacuate.
Now, there's that that's an extreme, but also there's the extreme of like, oh man, you really killed it, and at a certain point it feels like patronizing, and I don't even want to don't tell me, oh, I killed it. Fuck you, pay me in a way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So where's I almost feel like the only like legit trust I have is from people who don't listen to that, or from people who like there's a look that you get, or that I've gotten, of like, damn. Like, that I like better than, oh, man, you really killed it. It's like, when somebody's like, holy shit, like, that's when I'm like, you goddamn right. You know what I mean? That's when I can, like, enjoy it more.
You can only hear you killed it so many times. It's obviously, it's cool, but, like, and it's really cool in the beginning.
Right.
But, like, after a while, it sounds shitty. You know what I mean?
At a certain point, it's like, hello, goodbye, you killed it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I really liked your set. Okay, thanks.
I appreciate it, But, I think it's weird trying to navigate like feedback, whether it's like really negative or really positive. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, how is it to navigate the feedback of working with blank, or people like of this like to like be like, I mean, I'm sure you, like you said, you feel like a piece of you is like imposter, but is it a piece of you also going like, I think I am good, like I think this is good, like
yeah,
how do I,
That's literally like, wow, I think I might be good at this, But then there's still that voice like, any minute now they're gonna find out. Do
you feel like it was? Do you feel like it was more? Like, what is it? What is the difference? How long have you been taking photography? By the way, you said like 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, taking it seriously.
Taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And at what point did you realize, okay, this is more than just the equipment? I have to have an eye, or there's a certain way to take a picture, or even let's start with that question, and then I have some more.
Yeah, no, I think
I'm the worst,
dude. Honestly, and this sounds kind of fucking arrogant, but it's just I feel like I had the eye first. I don't think I've ever had to, like, you can obviously sharpen skills, but I think I'm just kind of a natural at it.
Okay,
That's and
great.
Then it was like, I should like probably invest in some like good equipment.
Right.
Because there are those people who will say like it doesn't matter about the equipment, and that's true to an extent.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But like, don't be out there with your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Have to do professional shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay, and then how do you work? Because you work with some fucking good-looking people. But how do you work with a model? Like, when did you start working with, like, specifically with models?
Honestly, somewhat recently, and I never like go seek models. People will just hit me up. Like, obviously, it's like a lot of clothing brands and stuff. That like, hey, we want you to shoot this shirt, and we have like a chick who's gonna wear nothing but the shirt and like hike it up real high. And I'm like, I like naked chicks.
Right.
You like pictures with your shirts in them, and fuck it, like this could work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like a lot of those, like, I don't want them to know this, but I would probably do it for free just because it's like fun. Yeah. You know how that is. And that's a dream, to get paid money to do shit you would do for free anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that sums up the dream.
That's the life of my prostitution.
Yeah, right. Yeah, precisely.
But conservatishpodcast@gmail.com, ladies, if you'd like to. Okay, and then how often have you worked, out of the models that you worked with, the people that you've taken pictures of, or even people who are like, you've done it for musicians and artists as well? Yeah. Out of what percentage are people who like just won't give you anything? Not intentionally. They're not trying to be dickheads, but like ones who are just like coy and weird, even if they reached out to you. Like, are there...
You mean as far as give me what, like
an energy? Like when you say like, oh, put your hand, smile, dude. And they're like,
yeah, that...
Are there unnatural...
And see, my favorite things that I do, they're kind of littered all over my Instagram. It's like the really close-up portraits with the ring light in the eyes.
Yeah, you're really good portraits.
Thank you. What I like about that is I never try to make people comfortable. I just try to make them feel who they are. And that sounds kind of corny, but like, it's like, if you're uncomfortable, just look uncomfortable. Right. If you're super stoked, look stoked, whatever. You know what I mean? Because those are just like, those portraits are kind of mine. They're for me more than they're for those people.
Okay.
And a lot of people will say, hey, I want one of those. And like, I'll do it for them, especially if they're paying me. But I'm also like, I don't know if there's any like shitty artist in me at all. That's it. Like, I don't know, bro. Those are mine. You know what I mean?
I see.
I don't really want a bunch of people to have those.
Okay. Right.
But as far as, it's funny, like some fairly big names, like nowhere compared to like what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Shit that I was super stoked at the time.
Right. Like clothing brands.
Right. And even like rappers, you know what I mean? Like some underground rappers will hit me up and they want a photo shoot. And there's the initial like, holy shit, this person, like, you know what I mean? They don't even know I'm a big fan or whatever.
Right.
But then it's like pulling teeth. Right. And I'll shoot you, like I said, if you're uncomfortable, I'll shoot you and okay, cool. It's pictures of you being uncomfortable. At least that's real. But if you come to me with like
an idea,
but you're not helping me help you execute this idea,
they just
then
put it all on your shoulders.
Yeah, like
why don't I look natural? Because you're fucking high, or because you're this or that.
I'm a photographer, man. I'm not a therapist. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can only do what I can do. So that shit's frustrating for sure.
And so do you have jobs then where it's frustrating and you have to keep repeating to yourself, I'm getting paid at least least I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
At least I'm,
Oh yeah.
I have those jobs too.
It's happened. Yeah.
Right.
I'm kind of an optimist in that sense. And I think that just goes back to me enjoying photography. I actually enjoy the process. You know what I mean? Right. I enjoy fucking around with the settings and like, you know, at that point, like part of it's for me anyway. Sure. You know what I mean? So I can only get so frustrated, but yeah. And I haven't done it that long, so I'm sure
5-6 years. That seems long.
Yeah. Well, just not as consistent within those years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I definitely could have put out a lot more.
What's Aperture?
Aperture is I'm not sure actually. I'm just
well, good, because I don't fucking know. And why do they take those when they're gonna get ready to take pictures? They have that little white thing that's not even a light. It's just like you click it. Is that showing the camera where the focus is supposed to be? I don't understand. There's like it almost looks like this, but it's got a white ball.
Oh, that's when they're using flash. That's probably a light meter, is what you're talking about. So, yeah, well, they essentially meter the room, the light in the room, and then they fire it, and then that'll tell you what aperture to set based on the light. Oh, but aperture is tricky because if your aperture, you ever seen obviously you've seen the pictures where the background's like super blurry. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a very high aperture or low aperture, depending on how you want to look at it. Okay. Like 1.4.
But it's like the focus, I guess. Or
yeah, it's just what will be in focus. Okay. Right. So the lower your aperture number, which is technically a high aperture, it's complicated for no reason. So yeah, if your number's low, like anything below like maybe 3, so some of them are like 1.4, 1.2, more background will be blurry. But then you might also fuck around and like not get an eye in focus. You know what I mean? Right. So you can play it safe and shoot it like a 5 or an 8. You know. Do you ever
work with a model or with a rapper, whoever you're taking photos of, and like none of the pictures that you've taken are ones that you feel like are good enough for like, okay, my name is attached to this better be fucking good, and you have to just send it out anyway?
Oh, it's happened. Yeah.
Wow.
It's happened. Yeah.
And what has been the main reason? It's just the lack of
I'm really hard on myself. I'm really hard on myself, you know. Okay. But then but that kind of goes back to the feedback, right? Because people will tell me that, like, yeah, you're just hard on yourself. It's great. But I'm like, okay, but like I also know what's good and what's not good, because you don't, because
you know what you like.
I do.
You know what you like when you see it in other photographers' work,
or
other rappers' work,
and sometimes it's just like an error, like it doesn't have anything to do with like preference or whatever. Like that shit's not in focus. Right. It doesn't matter if you think it's good or I'm hard on myself. Like it doesn't change the fact that it's not in focus. Right. And that's just wrong.
There was a guy, Kevin Nguyen, or Wen, or however you say the Vietnamese name.
Nugent.
Yeah. Yeah. Great fucking cat. I had him on the show. He was the Asian who didn't mind Asian jokes. And I had him on to talk about that and whatever. Great episode. But I filmed it and I recorded it outside of Starbucks that we were at. It was great. The lighting was fine and the video was looking fine, whatever. And I get done with the thing and I get in my car and I'm driving away and I'm like, where's the video?
Oh, fuck.
There's 38 minutes of video fucking gone. Oh. And I had to just use our selfie as the background.
Oh, dude.
It wasn't like I accidentally hit delete.
Yeah,
it just completely left my phone.
Yeah.
In fact, what happens on my phone is that it records for 38 minutes and then resets and then starts recording again for another 38 minutes, which I don't understand why the fuck Android does that. And I can't wait until I get quality shit like you. In fact, I need an intern. I need a 20-year-old intern who I can pay with my Patreon money. Here, motherfucker. You edit this shit because Daddy's busy.
Yeah. That's the dream.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I don't want to fucking do this shit anymore. I'm a talent, okay? I shouldn't be editing things.
Yeah.
I'm too fucking talented for this shit.
Dude, straight up. Straight up. I know you mean that, but you gotta laugh because then it takes the edge off. Yeah, I got you, bro.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
there's a level of, there's obviously, we all have insecurity, but like there is a level of, when I listen to an episode, like I just put out, our Monday's episode is an episode with Peter from Carlsbad. Did you listen to his first one from, I think it was episode 5? Probably not.
Yeah, actually, yes.
You did?
Yeah, your first like 20. Yeah.
So he's back on the show, and it was one of my favorite fucking episodes of all time. Like, I was tired, and so I'm just goofy and whatever. And the way we talk is just very interesting, but also disgusting. We were talking about fucking diarrhea. It was it was all kinds all over the place, right? Yeah. That's the best. Yeah. See, that's my fans is when I say fucking diarrhea, and someone goes,
fucking, right,
sweet,
right.
you know, that's my fans, ladies and gentlemen. Patreon.com/conservatish. You ungrateful cunts. It's laundry day.
It's so crazy.
I gotta drive back to the Bay Area. Yes, sir.
Because I hear this all the time, and it's so weird. Like, you're just sitting here in my living room saying this shit.
You're like, oh, that's what he looks like when he's rambling.
It's crazy.
Idiotically. Well, yeah, it's usually not this fucking stuffed up, but I'm getting over something. So
good.
But so what the fuck was I saying before I started rambling about how amazing I am?
Somewhere between diarrhea and
no, before the diarrhea.
Before the diarrhea.
Oh god damn it!
Hiring an intern.
Hiring an intern. Oh, I deleted 38 minutes of video. I don't know why. It just happened.
How often does it happen? Like, how many times
has
has something like that happened?
This has happened. So on Pomey, did you listen to Pomey? Part of My Sanity. Anyway, he's an 18-year-old rapper kid from Pacifica.
Okay,
good dude. On his first episode, I accidentally hit the buttons to delete it because I thought I already had my finished product.
Okay.
And then it was gone and I couldn't get it back.
Oof.
So that's been twice now in 90 episodes, 91 episodes. 91. So not that often, but at the same time, you know, I'm also editing it all. I'm taking it all from my phone and this thing. So what I do is I record onto the SD. I pop it into Audacity. I edit it down, make sure you and I sound good.
Sure.
I make sure the level's good. I compress it. Send it out onto, export it as MP3, medium quality, put it up into Google Drive, download it from the Google Drive onto my phone, use InShot, an app, and then just edit it all together and make sure that the MP3 syncs up with our dumb faces. And
wow, man, you do this on your phone.
Yes.
Dude, you're a bad motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You're a bad motherfucker.
I swear to God, I'm underpaid.
Yeah.
And I'm this talented.
Yeah.
And I drove down fucking Anaheim.
Yeah,
not just for you, but I'm just saying, like,
sure.
I'm anyway. My album is gonna be really fucking good. I'll play you a track.
Oh,
see, he's getting the track. In fact, I have a track about shitty rappers that you'll enjoy. It's called "That's Why You've Got Haters." It's about like most rappers, you know. Oh, I have haters.
Maybe you
good.
got haters because you're not a very good rapper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you've heard this one? Okay.
I've heard you sing like the hook on Instagram.
Yeah.
No, I stalk your shit. I'm a
good.
big fan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Yeah, you like bald dudes who do music.
Yeah, I do.
That's that musical guest that we were talking about earlier that we won't mention the name of.
Right.
He's not a liar, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, it's difficult. How often do you get an actual douchebag that you're working with? Because I feel like pretty girls sometimes, like if you work with pretty girls, sometimes they can be vapid people.
Yeah, it usually starts off that way, but I'm really charming, especially to women. So like I win them over.
That's very nice.
I've yet to not win them over.
Okay, what does it look like when they're closed off? Is it like, what does it feel like? Is it just like
they're angry, but then I'm like, bitch, you called me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hi, I'm an Instagram model. I want you to take pictures of me, but I'm also like, when you tell me to like smile, I'm gonna be like, why is this guy asking me? Like as if I'm on a train asking for your number. Like you fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then when it opens up, they're like they like
train,
get over it.
Specifically on a train.
Yeah,
right.
On a train. Excuse me. Oh, the old what time? Like Patrice used to say. He's talking to a girl. Hey, what time is it? Oh, the old what time is it?
Right.
I'm not single. Blah blah blah.
Dude, I get in arguments with my wife about this shit.
Let's talk about this for a fucking second.
Do it.
I'm ready to rant. Just a teensy bit. I was on Facebook earlier today. Never a good idea. Right. But I was on Facebook earlier today, and a friend of mine, kind of. She actually is a friend of a chick I was seeing earlier in the year who was too toxic, and I had to get rid of her out of my life. Although I've been thinking about calling her tonight. Right. I'm sorry. I'm still 33. I'm still technically young. I don't have any marriage. You know, I just want to have sex. And also, she's a good girl. But anyway, so I was on Facebook, and this chick posted she was putting these 3 guys on blast for like hitting her up in DMs at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
First things first, if you're up at 3 a.m., you're the problem. Okay. And if you show active like on Facebook at 3 a.m., you're the problem. Number 2, of those 3 guys, 2 of them were guys that she didn't know. Who are just randomly hitting her up on Facebook, and she looked into the blocked requests. Like, she didn't even, like, get a message. She, like, looked into the blocked requests as it's 3 a.m. She can't sleep because she is a self-centered douchebag.
Right.
She's a fucking child and is on too much medication or caffeine, and so she's like, let me go blame the world for something. Fucking douchebag. I hate filterless women. I fucking hate filterless women because it shouldn't be my job, okay? There should be nice men like Zach and I who meet you at 21 and say, shut the fuck up. And then you learn how to grow up that way. But if guys have been unfair to you by going, oh, whatever you say, princess, then you're filterless. Anyway, like a pretty
fucking A.
Like a pretty boy has the same thing when he gets up into his 20s and he's looking like Justin Bieber, just like, I don't shower but girls still fuck me, like fuck,
right.
Anyway, so she put 3 dudes on blast. Now 2 of the guys were just random dudes who she didn't know.
Yeah,
I understand putting a guy on blast for just like, hey, fucking, what's up? Fuck. And she's like, I have a boyfriend of 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, so whatever. I forget. Like, I get that.
Right.
Although, let's be real. Come on.
Yeah.
I've been with girls who have boyfriends. Sorry.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. I'm not saying it's mature, but don't say it's like, what? I've never. If Brad Pitt came at you with the same fucking energy,
yo,
fucking
straight up
douchebag. You can't control the horniness inside of me, and Brad Pitt is the same fucking animal. You can't decide, oh, it's unwanted. We don't fucking know. Anyway, we don't know until we make a move. Ungrateful cunt. At a certain point, the looks are going to go. And you're going to be left with just your shit personality, wondering why you're all alone. Grow up now, dummy. Anyway. I'm the best. All right, now listen. So one of the 3 guys that she put on blast, was a guy who knows me and knows I have a boyfriend. Now, we don't technically know that he knows you have a boyfriend. Sometimes I see girls who are hanging out as a group, and I'm like, I think she has a boyfriend. I don't know. And then I hit her up sometimes in text or DMs, and are like, try to feel it out. Mm-hmm. Now, this guy, she showed screenshots of the messages. He's an awkward guy. He don't know no better. He's like I don't know exactly if he, I didn't do any research into like how old or young he is, but he just seems like he's a guy who has no game.
Right.
And we've all been there. Maybe not the Justin Biebers of the world, but most of us have been unfuckable at certain points in our life.
Sure.
For me, it was for 2 days when I was 17. After that, I've been.
You made it a whole 2 days, huh?
Yeah. But like, this kid, he just doesn't have any game. He's just awkward. He made an awkward move and was like, hey, I'd like to meet up with you. Where are you at? Oh, I'm sick right now. I'm in Redwood City. And he's like, well, okay, cool. I live in Redwood City too. Would you like to like get coffee or something or whatever? Because I have something to ask you. And she's like, no, I don't know. And then he asks her something else, and then she doesn't answer. And then rather than getting the message, he like messages her a little later. Oh, did you fall asleep? Blah, blah, blah. He's an awkward kid.
Yeah.
But being an awkward kid, making an awkward sexual mistake does not mean you should have your life ruined.
Absolutely.
Does not mean that you should be lumped in with quote unquote predators.
Yep.
These guys have been predatorizing me. These guys have been like you fucking no females, especially pretty females, understand the struggle that we have. I'm not saying let's not compare struggles because rape is worse. But at the same time, our struggles do exist. Telling a woman like the ratio thing, that it's a numbers game for us when we're trying to get laid. You spray it everywhere, and sometimes it works. I mean, these girls just don't understand that. Right? They think that any guy can have sex with any girl. No, no, baby, that doesn't happen. Yeah, any girl can fuck almost any guy. It's just a reality. You can walk at baby girl. I don't care if you're 20 pounds overweight. You can walk into a 7-Eleven, drop your pants, and go, "Who wants some?" We'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay. Mm-hmm. The reality is that we live in different worlds, but to have that lack of introspection, that lack of a worldview to think that you're going to lump in an awkward, like, he seemed like he was a fucking like a 23-year-old. You're going to lump in an awkward 23-year-old trying to make a move with guys who you don't know. I hate women, dude.
It's willful ignorance.
It's willful ignorance. Yeah. And it feels, not just that, but it feels good to be a bully.
Yeah.
And these girls get to be a bully. Some girl who's up at 3 a.m. every night because she can't sleep, because she's self-centered, because she's a toxic person, now gets the opportunity to put somebody on blast and be a hero.
It's worse because they're bullies, but now they're like...
virtuous.
Exactly.
They think they are virtuous.
Exactly. What? It's just, we're enabling this too. What is it?
But I cannot enable it. See, I have conversations with the women I have sex with, the women I'm in relationships with, women I'm friends with, and we all agree. So, like the good girl as an example, I've had conversations with her about women who put guys on blast. Apparently, there was a guy who got put on blast, who girls online were like, he's a predator. It's like, no, he's just making moves. Right. There's nothing wrong with making moves, and you're trying to villainize this guy. And she's like, I know this guy. I know he's not a villain. I know he's not a douchebag. He's just trying to fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with trying to fuck. And these young girls don't know no better.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you would fucking know better. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you should have dated someone who's a genuine dude who will tell you it like it is. And that's our fault.
Yeah.
That's our fault as men for not passing that message along to girls.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
You know, I've had times in my life where I was overly douchebag. Absolutely. I'm having to do some inventory recently and some writing on that, and realize that I've been overly douchebag because of my own insecurities. So that's not fun.
Right. It happens.
Sometimes for years on end.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also the other side of things where somebody is like nice, but really they're just nice because they don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to deal with the rejection of a girl saying, you're an asshole. Like, yeah, sometimes I am. Yeah. But you need it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sometimes medicine don't taste good. You know what I mean? But you're going to get it. In the words of Patrice, man.
Yeah.
So you spent time in New York?
Yeah. I've been there quite a bit.
Doing mostly photography or no?
No, I just do it every time I'm there. I squeeze in some photography. Yeah. But I traveled for jobs and stuff. Okay. You know what I mean?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Sacramento, so not far from where you're at. I know, trust me. That's why I came here. Yeah.
I have some Sacramento fans. She knows that. She hates it when I talk about how awful Sacramento is. It's fucking awful. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I hope you feel bad right now.
I usually tell people in the Bay Area, but you're from the Bay Area, so I can't say the Bay Area.
Oh, you can say the Bay Area.
Okay, I grew up in the Bay Area.
Oh. Well, that's weird. Oh, I see. I have to delete something. Well, we'll keep recording.
You want to take a break?
And I'll delete some. Oh yeah, you want to take a break?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a little break. Ooh, I got a Tinder match. That'll be really funny. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second part of CONSERVATISH, episode 91. The girl that I matched with on Tinder was not attractive.
Oh, no?
Sorry.
But you swiped right or left or whatever it is. Right?
See, there's a message in there. Isn't there, girls? Isn't there a message there?
And you didn't even say what came with that. You just stated that she wasn't attractive. But so, like, when are you going out?
No. Listen, at a certain point, sometimes a man's got to eat, but I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, that's fair. Followed that.
For doing this with me, man.
Of course, man. Thank you.
So
my son's gonna be wild upset too, because he follows you on Instagram. And he's always like sending me like the funny shit you do.
Oh God, I should not do. No, how old is he?
He's 11, but he's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I'm
cool.
sorry.
No, don't be sorry. If he was here, he'd be stoked.
All right,
because
he's
in Atlanta
man.
right now. Oh yeah, okay. But I am too. Like it's fine.
Okay, he gets it.
He didn't like listen to the podcast. You know what I mean?
Good.
But yeah, but just like
I don't know if I would let him. I don't know if I would listen to my shit either.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Well,
a lot of it's over his head, which is good.
Yeah,
you know?
Diarrhea fisting is not over.
Oh, he's heard that one. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, good. Yeah. So what's your ultimate goal? I mean, you're doing shit that you didn't think you could do or would do.
Yeah.
And you're doing it. So that's already amazing. What do you feel is like your ultimate goal?
At this point, well, to be honest, I have a 9 to 5 that's paid the bills. Don't worry about it. Ash in this tree. Fuck this tree.
Okay, fuck this tree.
It's not even a tree. That's how much respect we have for that plant.
I hate you.
Call it a tree.
I hate you, plant.
At this point, I quit my job.
Right.
I'm going to quit my job in September. Like, that's actually happening. And
Good
I'm
for you,
doing
man.
this like
Full
time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, but it's like, thank you. But it's scary as fuck because it's not as consistent as it needs to be.
Right.
But like,
well, but once, you know, if that news comes out that you're allowed to share about who you're working with, that hopefully will lead to other jobs.
That's what I'm banking on.
Right.
That's definitely what I'm banking on. So, in a nutshell, I would very much like to, I don't know, with photographers, especially when I started getting into it, everyone's like, oh, you're going to start doing weddings? Or you start doing, because that's where all the money's at, right?
Yeah.
And yes, but like.
Did you start doing weddings?
I've done a few weddings. It's just not really what I'm into, but I'll do it for money. You know what I'm saying? Money. But like, really, how much you can get for a wedding? Like, couple grand, right? Like, the shit I have my sights set on, it's like, I'm talking, I want big money. I want like big money, you know, like the people who shoot for like Rolling Stone and shit. You know what I mean?
And but at the same time, doing weddings doesn't, like, I know in my field, doesn't reflect poorly. It's not like people, like, no one would look at your stuff and, oh, he's good, but he's done weddings before.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mess with your street cred at all.
And it's important to know that and acknowledge that. Definitely. So yeah, I look at it, I kind of take any job I can get just because it's good hands-on exposure, you know what I mean? You get better every time you do something, so I just kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to be that arrogant dude that's like turning down shit, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, cool, I'm grateful for what I get, but I also know exactly what I want, you know? So we'll see. The shit just kind of took off pretty quickly, so I still haven't even wrapped my head around a lot of it, you know?
Right. Well, no, but I don't know about quickly. It's been like 5-6 years, right?
Right. Yeah.
Kind
yeah.
of.
I mean like
since you started focusing
the
on
recent developments, like it's just kind of like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, and then it's like, hey, you want to do this like a lot? I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, see, and what do you feel like has been your consistent like move with that when it comes to that? Like, do you feel like you needed to play it cool?
As far as what?
Well,
like not jumping at the bit.
Yeah.
Is that the expression?
I mean, I guess chomping at the bit.
Chomping
but I mean,
at
like,
the bit. Jumping at, yeah.
I mean, like, do you feel like you needed to go, okay, they just texted me, like, fucking Rick Rubin just texted me. All right, give him, like, 10 minutes, I'll text him back. Like, did you have to do that
well,
type
fortunately,
of shit?
Rick Rubin hasn't texted me. My producer friend texted me. And I text him
He's the go-between.
Immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah, immediately.
Exactly. Yes, please. You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten oh my God. Man, yeah, when I've gotten to work with people, you know, I've stopped officially doing stuff, you know, even if some friends like hit me up to do hooks, I'm just not in the business of doing free anything anymore. Like
that's where I'm at
too long. I'm not like if we're friends and we're family, great. Like there's a great guy. Should I talk about this? Sure, I'll talk about this.
Yeah, of course you will. You always do.
I know, right? So there's a guy named Heat who's a nice dude. Mm-hmm. He's part of the Outbound clique. Nice people.
From the Bay?
Yeah.
Okay. At
the same time, I did a track with him on a 49ers song. Like he does 49ers anthems. He's done 3 of them. I was featured on his last one.
Okay.
And I know that I knocked it out of the park.
Right.
And I know that because he wasn't just some random dude, like I had done shows with him over the years and tracks with his friends over the years. I was on Telly Prego's album twice. Like I know, like I was like, I'm not gonna charge you. But like now he's got like 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, like a bunch of fucking feedback from it.
Yeah.
And
it's time.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's time like financially.
Right.
But even like, could you tag a motherfucker?
No, you're speaking my language, bro. Oh, you're speaking my language.
Like I don't think he's trying to do music anymore. He hasn't put out anything in a long time. Actually, probably since that track, which was, I think, 2015, 2016.
Okay.
But, like, I'm not even a big Niners fan. I know that I was taking a risk just to be a part of something big to get my name out there. I haven't seen no love from it.
Yeah.
and it's no offense to him, but like, and they're nice guys, like I said, but they are also the type of guys who they'll come and do the show, and then they'll go outside, and they're nice guys, but when it comes to professionally, I'm like, could you tag a motherfucker? Could you? I tell you what, maybe even if you only share the video once a year, twice a year. Number one, tag me. How about being a nice guy, and when I've got something big coming down the pipe, when I've got like a big podcast episode with one of his friends, or when I've got a show that's coming up, could you share? Just be a fucking pal.
Yeah.
And just.
Oh, I know.
But he's not a piece of shit. Like, so
that's
I don't
what
know
makes it hard.
That's what makes it hard, because it's like, you're not a piece of shit. Like, but I think it's just a professional courtesy thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was kind of overlooked when it comes to that shit.
It's a professional thing, but it's also like a nice person thing, you know? Like, wouldn't you want to tag me? It drives me fucking crazy, you know?
I think over the years, over the last 2 years or whatever, I've seen him share it at least 2 or 3 times, and like, never tagged me in it. It's like, do you like? Could I get some love from it? Like, are you?
Yeah.
You got thousands of fucking hits on that.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know.
Shitty,
I don't want to fucking. It's not a shots fired thing. I'm happy to have him on the show to talk about it. But like,
right.
Fuck. Dude.
I respect that you're just putting it out there like that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those guys who's. Like, at a certain point, sometimes, you know, I'm totally, I don't put people on blast. Like, I don't, you know, I'm not a drama queen when it comes to that shit. But like, you know, come on, man. Like, we broke bread. You know what's another thing too, is even in that same clique, really nice guy, Evan, part of the Blacksmiths.
Okay.
When it came to me starting the podcast, also a very nice dude, but super liberal as well.
Yeah.
And when it came down to me having a Proud Boy on the show, and who's now a former Proud Boy on the show, and talking to him, like, he started commenting like his wife, great guy, great people. I performed at their fucking wedding. I talk about them on the show. Great people, really nice goddamn people. We're commenting things like, "Are you going to call it alt-right-ish instead of conservative-ish?" I'm like, just listen to the episode.
Right.
Just listen to the episode. Not only is the dude not alt-right, but he's fucking Mexican.
Right. I heard that episode.
Could you think outside the box for a second?
No,
You've
they
broken
can't.
bread with me.
Yeah.
You had me play at your wedding, and you're going to do that shit? Like, I don't want to ruin these relationships, but like, at a certain point, what's the word I'm looking for? Being courteous and like biting my tongue doesn't serve me, because it's certainly not. I mean, I lost their friendships on Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well.
And like you said, you don't want to ruin the relationship, but at some point you have to question what this relationship is founded on in the first place. If by like you're ready to just write me off, so you know what I mean, just based on something I believe, and you're not even sure what I believe. You just
They didn't even listen to they hadn't listened to one episode.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Just because, like, that's the whole reason why I started this with podcasts, is because people are always in let's get level-headed, stop choosing sides, and they completely miss the fucking point of the entire fucking show.
And just like the chick who put the guys on blast, they think they're virtuous. Not they, but people like that. They think it's an act of virtue to shun someone for having the views you do. Right. Even before they confirm whether or not you have those views.
Right. You know? I mean, same thing. Like, really nice guy, Sammy Warmhands. Man, I'm just spraying it everywhere. Yeah. I'm sorry, boys and girls, but fuck it. I've already lost a lot of those relationships anyway. Sammy Warmhands is a fucking great dude. Him and his wife.
I've shot him, actually.
Amazing people. Nice goddamn people.
Yeah.
But he was the guy who I did a track with, who was like, he hit me up when I talked about or when I shared a meme that was I've talked about this on an episode, but I shared a meme where there's an Asian guy, and on top it says I hope your son didn't see this.
He may have. He probably sent it to me with the laughing emojis.
Right. Yeah. On the top it says, it shows an Asian guy crying, and on the top it says, when your girlfriend invites you over to eat her pussy, but she doesn't take out the cat, she takes her pants down, and on the bottom it says cries in Ching Chong. Now,
I swear, don't make me go get my phone. He sent me that one. I swear, on him, on his life, he sent that one to me.
So
I was like, God damn, Pete.
I didn't make it. I just shared it.
You're out here being a bad example to the youth.
I look Chinese. Isn't that enough?
You do.
So I had a conversation because me and Sammy had a track coming out, and Sammy was like, listen, like if you're looking for the line, you've already crossed it. You know what I mean? Like, this is not okay. Blah blah blah. And he's a white guy, liberal. I get that. I'm fine with that. But like, jokes aren't okay, like, whatever. And we had this long conversation where he was pretty much thinking of not even releasing the video that he paid for, that he spent blood, sweat, and tears to create and master and produce, and I wrote and went down to goddamn Fremont to record, and it was a labor of love, and he was thinking of not even releasing this because of how far right I've gone.
And is that because he doesn't want to be associated with you? Is that like a PR thing?
No, I think it's partially that, but also he genuinely, I trust the guy's intentions. I don't think it's just like, hey, I can't be associated. I think it's funny, but I can't be associated. I think he definitely morally believes in what he's in his thing, but he's wrong in that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because I got off the phone with him, and literally right after I got off the phone with him, an Asian guy sent me LOL to that meme. You know what I mean? Like,
we're just ignore that, though.
You're not You're not protecting anybody. You're not Big White Daddy. You know what I mean? Like, the Asian people can protect themselves.
Sure.
And so, I had that conversation with that guy, and I actually brought him on my show. That's the Kevin UN or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a great conversation. But like that same thing goes where it's just like, I've created this. I've tried to cultivate enough of a diversified portfolio to have my sticky little paws in all kinds of shit. And when that happens, especially when starting this podcast, I have lost like relationships because of it.
I'm sure.
It's just like, can you give me the benefit of the doubt? Can you just jump in and listen to my stupid ass? Because I am entertaining, and I am funny, and I am also half Puerto Rican, so you're not allowed to not like anything I make.
You got a built-in disclaimer.
I am morally superior because I'm brown.
Right.
I mean, that is
brown enough.
That is the identity politics game, isn't it? So playing by your rules. But I don't know. It's just it's a little depressing, and it also makes me wonder. Like, okay, is that the reason why Heat hasn't shown me any love? Is that the reason why these people I've done tracks with have like disappeared? You know what I mean? Like, I love Tele Prego with all my heart, but I haven't heard from him since I started this show. I think maybe it's because of Ev. I don't know what the hell's, but apparently Sammy and Ev were like, yeah, someone, us rappers are all in the community and we're talking about you. Like, people have told me, like, man, what's wrong with Pete? Like, how about you fucking message me?
Yeah.
How about message me?
Yeah.
Fucking God damn it. I'm a human being. Stop being a Californian. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Be a fucking New Yorker for once in your life. Grab your balls and confront me if you really think I'm a bad person or a racist, and I'll fucking answer for you. No. Anyway, sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't you dare be sorry.
I'm just.
This is shit I listen to in my car. Like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Message him. I don't even know who you are.
I know.
You can stop bullshitting and message this man.
That's the thing, is that I've tried to keep it vague, and I'm tired of keeping it vague.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of keeping it vague, man.
They all think you're talking about them anyway. May as well.
And I don't know.
That is a very large jug of water.
I'm a thirsty boy.
Yeah. No, I'm down. I'm impressed. Yeah. How many ounces is that?
I think it's 140.
Cool
I think it's 2 liters.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I drink like 2 or 3 of those a day.
Good for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you've gotten in shape since I met you.
Yes, I was a large boy.
You were.
I was 315 pounds, and then I lost 110 pounds, and I've gained about 30 of it back.
Okay.
But I'm losing weight again, and also is a lot of that's muscle too. But
sure. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what it is too? It's the mailbox in the snow.
What do you mean?
So the mailbox in the snow is, so you got a nice, if you got a nice package,
right?
You got a nice piece.
I got you.
But there's fat. then it
I'm already
disappears
following.
underneath
Yeah.
the snow. Thank you. That's all I'm
already
saying. It's the
following.
mailbox in the snow.
Yep.
So I needed to get down to fighting weight. If you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. Fucking. Thanks for listening to the show, dude. Have you listened to anything where you were like, no, fuck that guy, like a guest or anything?
Not
Nobody?
Once. Not once.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No, with you? No, never.
Oh, okay. Never.
Like, literally, I'm not even trying to, like, blow smoke up your ass. Like, pretty much everything you say, I'm like, yeah, fucking A.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, no, I've had a couple of people, the Good Girls one, and a couple of other people, Thomas Hura, who goes by Gradient.
Right.
He was on episode 51. Also another good guy. But at least he's up front, like, with his, like, know, he's all Kamala Harris'd out. And he
right.
But, like,
but that's kind of the point of everything you talk about.
Yes.
Like, we don't have to agree.
No.
Yeah.
I think Gradient's a nice fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like, and he's doing his music and he's doing his career and stuff, and we can disagree, but we can still be cordial and be friendly and be friends, and it's not a big deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, he's one of those people who, him, Good Girl, a couple people, Benjo, like, who listen every week, even though sometimes they're like, they'll message me afterwards like, don't say you fucking vote for Trump, you piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? So like, but I wanted people to know, like I talked about it on an episode with SF Thought Criminal, with Lindsey Grathwall, who's this free speech activist.
Okay.
And we talked on this episode about, so remember Milk? The movie?
Yeah.
And one of the things Milk talked about was the way that we're going to make people okay with gay people is they have to know that they know one of us. If they know their sister is gay, if they know their mailman is gay, if they know somebody that they love turns out to be gay and they come out of the closet, suddenly it comes into their house, and then it's like, oh, I guess I can't. I guess they don't all fit in this box.
Right.
That's the point of this fucking
Which
podcast.
makes you question the box in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that there are Trump supporters, Bay Area people, please listen. There are Trump supporters who are way better people than you'll ever be. They're nicer. They're more kind. They're more considerate. They love gay people. My fucking lesbian family member voted for Trump. This is not simple. This is complicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had black Trump supporters on. I've got a trans Trump supporter coming on soon. Like, this is about ideas. This is not about identity. This is about ideas.
Right.
And if there's at least one place where there could be a place where a douchey bald asshole can rant for a little while about the ideas, not about the identity, but about the ideas. That's what I wanted this to be.
Yeah, and I think you're succeeding.
Thank you, sir.
Oh man, you make me feel so lazy.
Did you already take pictures for him?
For who?
You know who the fuck I'm.
Yes.
Who we talked to? Okay.
Yeah, yes. A ton of times. Yeah. A ton of times.
The guy who we can't say.
Right. Well, for Rick Rubin, I've taken a lot of his guests. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's somewhere else right now, so it's taking a break for the summer, and then it's starting back up in September.
Okay, is the podcast live? Can we go find it?
It's up. Not those ones, but those are like, it's a seasonal thing.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's fucking badass, man.
Yeah.
And then for this person who we can't say, did you take pictures? I guess we can't talk about the project, can we? Is it like a book or something?
No, it's literally just so they have photos to like say you're right. God damn, do I wish.
Do you know how many girls would be and guys would be very happy with it?
Shit, I'd be happy my damn self. Yo.
He's probably packing.
Yeah, anyway. For sure.
See, we can go from Trump to Dick Simon.
Yeah.
So what you're planning on making this a full-time thing?
Yeah.
At what point are you interested in weaving in other things? So you're doing hip hop as well, kind of in the garage.
Yeah. That's more
live
of
band
a
or
hobby thing.
Beats?
Yeah. And
awesome.
I get beats still. People constantly send me beats. You know, so like I'll rap, I'll sing and stuff on them, and if I like them, I've yet to do anything with them. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens with it.
What do you feel the reason why is? Because you're focusing on it? Is it fear? Is it?
It's probably 100% fear. Yeah. It's 100%.
So it's not like
fear.
you don't have time to like post it somewhere.
Oh no.
But you just don't want. You're like,
yeah,
I'm not good enough, or the.
It's a weird thing. I just overthink everything. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm a photographer now. Like, why can't you do everything? Like, I podcast too. Of course, I fucking hate.
Yeah, you do have a podcast.
I don't want to. I feel weird mentioning that because you're like a superior podcaster.
No, what's
you
your
really
podcast name?
It's called On the Way Down.
Okay,
right.
Where can people find it?
Anywhere podcasts live.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been on like a hiatus because like it got weird for a while. Not the podcast, but just life in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dealing with things. You know what I mean? So that took kind of a backseat, just like music and everything.
Sure.
Photography is the one thing that's like remained consistent because it's I don't have to like myself to do photography. Do you know what I mean?
You're not vulnerable.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, with this, it's like you and I are both kind of exposed for an
absolutely
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with music, too.
That's the allure, like, for photography. That's what keeps me coming back. You know what I mean?
Is that you're nameless in a way.
Right. But then also, that's what makes me not fall head over heels in love with photography. Because if I was the most famous photographer the world has ever known, I'd still be empty because I'm like, that's like... I want to be a rock star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you do take pictures of yourself as well.
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah.
I've seen you with the sock on. Was a towel on your head?
Yeah, my son took that. But yeah.
So he's trying to take the family business. Come on,
right,
man.
Yeah, he just
back up.
He's interested in things, you know, which is cool.
So what would I guess? So what's your podcast about?
Well, I've only done 7 episodes. I've only released 7 episodes. But
don't say only, goddammit. What's your podcast?
I'm sorry. you see how I am?
Yes.
You see how I am?
Same as me.
Yeah. It's really just me kind of talking. You know, I'm a very structured, compartmentalized person, but I feel like in a sense that's kind of the death of podcasts. You know what I mean? At least interesting podcasts that I like. You know what I mean? Like yours, I like how yours is very just like free thought. I'm
Some
sure
people like the structure.
Yeah.
Some people, you know. You remember Serial? Serial was like the one about Anand Syed. It was like about a true crime story. That one's awesome. I like that show. You know? So that's structured. Was it like there was like intro music and was there guest? Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 guests now. Yeah, but
awesome.
And I like that a lot more than I always forget how cool that is. Do you know what I mean? It's like way easier just to like sit in a room and talk.
Right.
And then because I can like edit shit out and like I over-edit, I over-process, you know?
I under-process.
No, I don't think you do.
Sometimes I listen to the ones by myself and I'm like, would you shut the fuck up, Pete?
No, bro. Even like there's these long, in yours, like there's sometimes these long pauses and it's just like you puffing a cigarette and I'm like, I know I would take that out of mine. But because I'm insecure about it, I actually like that it's in yours.
I don't think it's because I'm secure. I think it's because I'm lazy.
But I think there's something to that, man. I think it sounds raw and authentic.
What are the topics about?
It bounces around. Usually, like it touches on like kind of what I've been talking about: imposter syndrome and depression and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't want it to be a downer. Like I kind of consider myself a comedian that doesn't do comedy. Right. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want it to be funny, but like I just want to be me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I do a pretty good job at that, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think everyone's experience is valid. You know what I mean? And if you have, even if I, because the thing is that if it came down to it and this stopped being fun for me, I'm going to stop. Because I've said, not that I've said everything I need to say, because I am an endless supply of complete horseshit.
Right.
But at a certain point, if this isn't fun anymore, then I'm happy to let it go. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why, you know, but your life experience is just as valid as anyone else's.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if you're talking about fucking depression, someone out there can listen and go like, yes, me too.
Yeah,
you know, fuck, I relate to that.
And it's funny, in the 7 episodes I've put out, like I got so, it's weird, like something will go so well and I get terrified and I back off of it. You know what I mean?
Like on an artistic project?
Yeah, like even the podcast, like it gained a big listenership really fast, and then I was like, all right, I'm out. You know, kind of thinking I'll take a week off, and then that turned into like a long time. Okay, you know what I mean? But
so what was the feedback that you got from it? Was it that about
just
like oh,
yo,
man,
this is really inspiring, and it's weird because I never consider myself an inspiring person. You know what I mean? Okay, but just more that like it's crazy that you feel this and you're like comfortable talking about it. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Where did you post it? On Libsyn or on another hosting
I use
site?
Podbean, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But and then they shoot it out to wherever, Spotify, iTunes, this and that. Yeah. So, yeah, I did enjoy it. I'm like manic. I have manic depression, right? So like bipolar, they call it. Yeah.
Fun.
So yeah, right. So like
Is that why you called it On the Way Down?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
But it's funny because as it progressed, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like, it's cool. It's a little wink at like, you know what I mean? Right. And I'll do things when I'm high. When I'm like riding the wave high, I'll do things like start podcasts. I'll go, you know what I mean? All these things. And then I'm like, yo, this is just going to be my life forever. And then it'll crash and I don't want to do any of it. Right. So in a way, it was cool that the podcast was called On the Way Down because you can take over the world when you're riding high. Right. Oh, yeah. But then when you crash and you want to like destroy everything you've built, it's like, I've thought like it's not about what you do when you're up. It's how you handle yourself on the way down.
Right. And it doesn't sound like it's exploiting yourself. It sounds like it's exposing yourself in a good way.
Yeah.
Where you're like, here's this process that I go through. And everyone can relate. Even if they don't have manic depression, they can still relate to that because it's like, I self-sabotage all the fucking time. You know what I mean? When something's going well, especially relationships, hi, ex-girlfriends. Right. You know, I've had tons of times where I'm like, this is going well. I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. You know, that way I can just be like, oh, it didn't work out. You know?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Yeah.
You know what I think it is? I think I'm afraid of rejection. And so I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna reject myself.
I'm in control.
So right. Yep. So I'd rather put a bullet in it and so that you can't put a bullet in it. You know?
I've been that way my whole life.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's normal too because we're 33. Yeah. Right? So I think we're on time. I don't feel like we're late. I don't feel like we're early. You know, maybe a little early because a lot of people our age kind of suck dick. But, you know, especially in San Diego. Have you been to San Diego?
I have.
There are a lot of motherfucking people in San Diego wearing baseball hats in the middle of the night. Ryan, where's the Uber?
Wearing baseball hats
and
in the middle of the night.
I was walking. I was hanging out with my friend Mark. And I was walking. I just grabbed some pizza in the middle of the night, and I saw this Asian girl sitting. I'm sure she was only probably 23. So, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But she was sitting like Indian style on the curb. She had puke all over her black jeans, and I'm just like, yeah, that's about right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a. You know, someone's getting in a fight, and that happens everywhere. But I think it's the transientness of San Diego that makes it like, since none of us are invested here, let's blow it all up to shit.
That's a good observation. Yeah. Like San Diego doesn't count or something.
Yeah.
In terms of like,
we're all visiting.
Yeah.
So let's just, you know, those bird scooters. You know those bird scooters?
No.
So there's these scooters that people rent, like similar to Uber or City Bike or whatever. Yeah. And they're just scooters. Okay. And they literally just pick them up, take them somewhere, and then just lay them on the fucking sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like just trash on the sidewalk.
Right.
It's just so drunk people can feel like they're getting somewhere faster. But I saw multiple people driving drunk on a scooter, like right in front of cars. It's like, you're not getting anywhere faster, man, girl. Like, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
You don't need to, you know, you need to take off your fucking Orioles hat and fucking calm down. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm old now and I'm like, you know.
You strike me as much older, and I mean that in a good way. Like, you even look older. Yeah.
Do I look old?
You got like a man's man frame and shit.
Yeah, I'm a man's man.
You know what I mean?
With shorts on.
You got the Timberlands and shit?
With shorts,
You got the New York Timberlands?
I got Timbs with shorts.
Yeah.
This is the least New York thing, is shorts. See, I may be half Puerto Rican, but my legs refuse to get any darker than they are right now.
That's the top half.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah, the bottom half is my fucking English side.
Right. But your feet don't know because there's some Puerto Rican ass shoes to wear.
They are very Puerto Rican. Yeah. I feel like Fat Joe when I wear
these.
I feel like fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Lean back.
Right.
Lean back. So, is your family Portuguese? Like, do you know any Portuguese people?
Yeah, they claim to be. I don't really. My grandma and my aunts, they claim they're Portuguese, but
like nobody like speaks it. Nobody's like connected to them.
Nah. Apparently, my grandma's mom spoke it, but I've never met her. You know.
Okay.
So my family's all from Hawaii, so like they're just Hawaiians.
Did you grow up in Hawaii at all?
No. Okay. I go back often, but Yeah,
how did people get from Hawaii to Sacramento?
Yeah, it was so weird.
When did you get out of there?
Sure. My mom's from Hawaii, and she came here. Like, they're all military people, so they bounce around a lot,
Mm-hmm.
So then my mom met my dad here, and then I was actually born here, and then we moved up to the Bay, and I spent my childhood up there, and then we moved back down here when they got divorced. So,
Right.
yeah.
Do you ever go back up to Sacramento?
Yeah. I was just in the Bay a couple
You keep
months
calling it
ago.
the Bay.
Well, I actually was in the Bay,
All right.
but we drove through Sacramento.
What do you mean you drove through? You mean drove through the Bay to get to Sacramento?
It was like I was looking at the maps, and I was like, oh, there's Sacramento. So,
Okay.
so yeah, we out in Sacramento.
Look, I'll tell you this. For those, because I have some listeners in Iran, in Canada, go to Google Maps right now. Look up Sacramento. I'll give you a minute. Okay, see. Now, that's all you ever need to visit in Sacramento. It's just looking at it from a Google map. Okay? You've done your due diligence. You're good.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I don't disagree at all.
But yeah, it's a weird town, man. Do you have any plans on coming up to the Bay anytime soon?
I was supposed to go up there. What is it? I was supposed to go up there in June, but it just fell through. But no plans. But things happen so quickly that I'm sure I'll be up there. You should any day now.
If you wanted to, have you recorded any of those tracks?
Yeah.
Would you think about maybe sending me like one that maybe we could put on the show?
Ooh. I don't know. Let me.
Because there's going to be a bunch of rappers listening to this since I shouted out a bunch of them.
Right. Possibly.
Okay, think about it, because
I could send you older tracks. I don't know about new stuff.
Okay,
even though I like the new stuff more, but I don't know. I'll freak out about it for a while and come to a conclusion.
Go through the normal rigmarole of worry and dread. And
I love myself. I hate myself.
Right,
I'm the best. I'm the worst.
I'm the worst. Yeah. We'll close out on this. Patrice used to talk about like the confidence of hacks. Hacks, like genuine hacks, have incredible confidence. They just know they're amazing, even though they suck balls. People who are actually good, people who are actually artists, question themselves. I've had so many times where I'll be like, a certain episode will get less listens, or like, I'll get like, I'll get like somebody leaves my fan page, like, because of something I said or something like that, and they'll, whatever. And there's a piece of me that's just like, oh, should I even be doing this? This sucks. I'm shooting myself in the foot with having all these fucking Trump supporters on, and am I even any good? So I think that's normal for us to do. I think it's probably a good sign, if anything.
Yeah, I've tried to think of it that way. Like, this is a good sign. Yeah.
You mean like we're just telling ourselves that?
No. I mean, to an extent, but
I think it's legit.
Yeah. There's it goes beyond self-filtering. You know what I mean? It's I do know myself enough to know that if I'm resisting something with all of my might, I probably really want to do it, and I'd probably kill it if I really put my all into it.
Do you like listening to the tracks that you've made recently?
Yes.
Then there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we don't have a responsibility to think about our audience, but at a certain point, I can't do this podcast or my album or any of this stuff for them.
Yeah.
I have to enjoy what I'm doing. Otherwise, there's no point to.
Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing? Yeah. I'll go work at Home Depot or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So where can people find your old stuff at the very least?
It is on Spotify. Just
under what name?
GVDZOOKS.
Okay.
Yeah.
GVDZOOKS.
KS. Yeah. There's an animal over there. You heard that shit? I don't know.
Are we gonna die on video?
I hope.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be the best case scenario.
That would. As soon as people, hey, your Spotify listens.
Yeah, straight up.
You become the fucking.
Yeah.
You become the Hawaiian Nipsey Hussle.
Right. But I mean, social media at GVDZOOKS is spelled GVDZOOKS. If you want to,
your Instagram is fucking. You don't do the. I don't hear like clips of the podcast. I haven't even listened to one episode. I forgot
that's my
that you
new
did
shit
one.
that I'm trying to
But
do.
you've been doing Instagram stories, which are entertaining as fuck.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You just like ranting in the car, just like.
Dude, I'd rather. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I enjoy doing that more than anything. And like, there's something weird. Like, everyone's like, why don't you like put that on your actual page? And like, there's something cool about like the impermanence. Even though like I save them because I want to keep them forever. You know what I mean? But like knowing that something's gonna be there forever, I'll overthink it. And then the irony is, I just won't do it. You know what I mean? Right. So there's something cool about the stories. Right. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy that quite a bit.
And then your podcast is called On the Way Down.
On the Way Down.
And you can find it on iTunes.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
YouTube. There'll be more coming. I already have recorded with guests and stuff.
Okay, badass.
So,
do you have a guest you want to shout out, like as far as who you've got coming up?
I got Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5 coming up. Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
I got Mac Lethal coming up. I don't know.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah. So I'm not sure when, but it'll, it's coming out.
Very
sure.
cool.
So
very cool.
Thank you, man. And if you wanted photography, if you want to shoot with me, ZachTakesPictures.com. That's the website.
Very nice.
Thank
Anything
you.
else you want to plug?
I think that's it, man. That's it. Yeah. I appreciate you so much, man.
No,
for
dude,
real.
Thank you for coming on the show.
This is amazing.
Man.
Oh,
yeah.
Any day.
And you can support me at patreon.com/conservatish. All of my music and podcast and, buy me coffee. You can also find me on Venmo if you just want to. But you can literally sign up for $1 a month. Stop being a cheapskate, you fucking ungrateful bastards. I'm the best. I even gave you names. I even shouted out shitty people who have pissed me off. Aren't you? See how overpaid you are.
What more do you want?
I know. You can find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. That's where I'm most active, although I am on Facebook as well. And it's FELICIANO. I've got a big ass show September 6th, maybe. I don't have it nailed down yet because but I'll definitely share it soon. But Pollo Del Mar, the drag queen, is going to MC the show. I've got DJ Kevy Kev, who's a legendary hip-hop DJ in the Bay. He's going to DJ. It's going to be a fucking badass night, and you need to be there because I'm also moving to New York at the end of September. So this is not just an album release party. It's also going away party. So if you haven't seen me live, or if you have, you need to experience it at least once because you don't be crying to me like, can you send me the album? Motherfucker, come to the goddamn show, ungrateful cunt. And shout out, by the way, to girls, because even though Instagram stories are temporary, sometimes there was this one girl who's a little rapper girl. She was like dancing around like, and her titties were almost out, but you can screenshot that. So
yeah, and
thank you for doing that, girls.
Yeah,
I love
you can even record your screen.
Oh, you can too, huh?
On iPhone, I don't know. I'm sure you can on this too.
Fucking Android. I don't like Tim Cook. Anyway, man, did you hear Pete's new episode? He shouted out Tim Cook. So I'm, and again, new episode every Monday and Thursday. I really love you all very much, even though I hate you, but I love you. And thank you so much, GVDZOOKS, for coming on the show.
Thank you, man. You're a bad motherfucker. You're a bad motherfucker.
Bye, everybody.